Alright, so this is actually just going to be a quick little impromptu video. Hopefully it's quick. I don't know. I tend to ramble. But this is something that Heidi snagged for me. It is Vaultek's Lifepod 2.0. There are some differences between the 1.0 and the 2.0. I don't actually know all of them. I'm not super familiar with the product as far as the history of it goes, but the general gist of it is that they changed some of the stuff that it came with. I think some of the material is a little bit different, and it's my understanding that there was a firmware update because a certain lot picking guy that may or may not be a lawyer was able to defeat the system with a fork. So I don't know if that had anything to do with the 2.0 component or if it was just a firmware update that resolved that. But anyway, we have the Lifepod 2.0 available in a variety of different colors. I actually specifically wanted what was called the Guard Red. But this is the Command Blue. The Guard Red just could not find it anywhere. They're available both biometric or just with the capacitive touch. So this is just the capacitive touch. They're going for about 160 bucks. I want to say the ones with the biometrics are going about for 190. So $30 difference. I don't know. I'm not like super sold on the biometric component of it. Some manufacturers get that really good, others do not, and so, you know, I know that just the key code works well from my limited experience with them, so the key code it is. Biometrics not needed. Again, there are a couple of special edition versions of this. I know Heidi's got a rose version, there's the Colin Noir version. The Colin Noir version actually looks super cool, but it says like Pew Pew Life or something on it, and I just didn't like that part of it. So blue it is. Wanted the red. It just matches my Asian skin tone better. I think it would look better on the car. There's a whole thing for that, you know, whatever. But yeah, let's go ahead and unbox it, see what we got that comes with it. So I know the rose version came with a cable. That's it. It literally just came with the cable and the design that was on it. Nothing else. So precision crafted defense systems. Let's go ahead and do our peel. Yep. Okay, cool. And get it out of the box and see what we're looking with, or working with, whatever. Something. Yeah, I don't know where to put this. There. The garage is a mess. Bear with me. Okay, in the box we've obviously got the Lifepod itself, and then in here we've got foam. Let's take a look. I think we're still on camera. We are. This is a great shooting angle. We got some paperwork. Flossie Carter would tell us to pluck it and file it to the side. We've got some Velcro bands. I think these are for the internal storage tray. The Rose did not come with that. The Rose, by the way, is packaged with a 6-hour P365 XL. There's a Rose edition of that. It did come with the cable. This cable. Okay, this is. It came with the lock cable, which is like a I don't know, a steel cable and steel and nylon wrapped cable for anchoring it down to whatever, and keys. It didn't come with anything else. This one, so far we've got Velcro straps and bungees. Okay. To lock Lifepod, press and hold, interior may pressurize. So these are water resistant. I want to say they're IP67. They float also, so that's cool. If they ever hit the water, I don't know. I personally cannot think of a situation where I'd want this in the water. Like I wouldn't have this on a jet ski or anything like that. For maybe camping, if I was taking kids camping or something. Situation like that, because to get to our campsite we actually have to traverse by water. So excuse me. Let's go ahead and set that aside. So we got the Lifepod itself. These are also TSA certified, so if you ever fly with a gun, you have to have it in a hard case that locks. This works for that. So we'll go ahead and open it up. We're gonna have to use the key to unlock it. It looks like it is locked. We can plug it into USB, which is kind of annoying. It doesn't come with the cable, but they run on micro USB. It's a modern case. They don't run on C for whatever reason, so it is direct. Like, I know we don't need the bandwidth of USB-C, we don't need the power of USB-C. It is literally just a battery backup sort of situation. And I guess if they offered firmware updates, then maybe you can do a firmware update via that also. So yeah, you don't need USB-C for that, but for something like this, if you're in a hurry, oh, there, it was pressurized. It was for sure pressurized. So this thing's been on a plane, I'm guessing. Anyway, but a situation that I could see USB-C being useful for is you're in a hurry. You need to unlock this thing. You're using the power to essentially to open this up because your battery is dead. Micro USB is directional. USB-C is not. So you know, you have to find you have to know. You'd look in your hole and go up. You know, it goes up, whatever. So yeah, that could be maybe a little bit of a challenge, but we'll go ahead and unlock it manually, or we won't. Maybe it wasn't locked and it's just pressurized. That's it. Yeah, it was not locked. It is just pressurized. That pressurized. All right, let's go ahead and hard press that back closed. It does actually use a little bit of force to close that. Okay, so this is different then obviously I said the rows. It is different, so we actually get a tray in this one. I don't think I'll actually use that. Also, our seal is coming out, so that's great for first unboxing. Our dust and water seal, or environmental seal, is definitely coming out of the unit. Okay, so I mentioned that it comes with a cable. I think the first gen actually came with just a nylon cable, like a locking cable, so you could, you know, strap it down to something. I said this one's steel. You'll notice right in here in the top left and right hand corners there is like a cutout and a divot, and it's got a chunk of steel in there to sort of reinforce that. And what that allows you to do is take this cable that's got this little head on it, and you just pop it down in there, and so when you close it, it keeps that in there. It anchors the box itself to whatever it is that you've either bolted it down to, locked it to, or loop lock it to. And by that I mean you just simply take your cable and let's say you got a whatever, you know, you loop it down to something. Anyway, so that's cool. Also, they have a handle that makes use of these spots as well. So when you drop the handle in, it goes on both the left and the right. And so once it's locked up, you've got a handle that you can carry it by. So that's a thing. On the inside, we've got a couple of different components here. We've got an anti-picking toggle that essentially makes it so where the key cannot be used to unlock it. You must use the code. And again, if the battery dies, you do have that micro USB capability to plug it in and get power to turn it on. We've got a piece of foam in here. We've got another piece of foam in here, two different pieces of foam. Obviously there's foam on the top, and but the reason why that's important is you'll see inside we have a compartment, and in that compartment we've got, looks like a ID number, serial number for the device, and a little strap that is designed as a pull-out strap. Do we have a 9-volt battery is what that looks like? Ta-da, 9-volt battery. We'll go ahead and connect our 9-volt battery, and this is the primary power supply for the device. It is designed to operate off the 9-volt battery, and then your backup is that micro USB. I have no idea what the... Oh, there's actually a couple layers of this foam on the bottom. I have no idea what the advertised lifespan for the battery should be. Obviously, it's going to depend on how many times you lock and unlock. And there is a light right here. I don't know if you can see it. There is a white little spot right there, and that is because there is an LED light in here. So if you're in a situation where you need to light up the case, it's dark, you're in your, let's go back to that camping situation, you're camping and you need to you know, be able to access this thing in the dark, you can light it up. And so my guess is that obviously the amount of times that you use it and the amount of time that you might have the light activated is obviously going to have an impact on your battery life. So yeah, what do we got? It says fit tips. It just shows use the tray to lay smaller items. Yeah, okay. They just a couple of different design suggestions. Again, I don't know that I'm actually going to use this tray. Yeah, I just don't think I will. I'll see if somebody else that I know has a Lifepod wants it. Hey, do you have a Lifepod that doesn't have a tray? Do you want one? Hit me up. I'll send it out to you and have it for free if nobody here wants it. Yeah, let's take a... okay, so we've got a SIG P226 Legion single action, double action with a optic on it. Fits perfectly fine in there, and we can close it up and it's totally fine in there. So yeah, I think that's it. The process to set the code, there's a button right on the inside, right by where I just installed the battery, that allows you to you know, you hold it down for, I think it's 4 seconds, then you set your code. Hey, look, the light there, that's actually handy. You can see the light lit up. Pick up the camera. So that light, it looks like it just lit up when it was opened, which is a setting that you can turn on or off. So yeah, anyway, it doesn't look very bright. It's actually pretty decently bright, but it doesn't look bright because it's bright out, the sun's shining. You know, the weather's being gracious with us today. So yeah, you go ahead and press down the button that's in there. You go through the setup, you do the code, etc., and you're all set. The pin can be anywhere from 4 minimum to a maximum of 8 digits, and then it is memorized. If you forget the code, you do have the key. I don't know what happens if you forget the code, and you have the anti-pick turned so that the key doesn't actually function. That's pretty solid on here. This is actually made out of some type of heavy-duty polymer, so I guess if in a situation like that happens, you gotta just smash this case and hope not to destroy what's inside. 13 minutes, we'll go ahead and cut the video now. If you have any questions, by all means reach out. I'd be more than happy to answer them, and I will catch you on the next time.